boy Bleeves. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
What is going on, everybody? We are having quite the evening. It's getting a little bit crazy. The hit networks separate ties with Bitboy crypto in a move that can only be described as the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I don't really understand a lot of what's going on right now. Not really sure how this is playing out, but I figured, let's at least look in on the market, see what's going on, try to figure out as best we can what is happening. I'm gonna say that, I've spoken with pretty much everybody in the Bitboy camp, and of course, it came everything's happening right now came as a ridiculous surprise. So if you can hit the like button on your way in, that's how this pushes up in the algorithm, gets more people in here, helps me out tremendously. Scottish Crypto is volting it up. Dave D says smash that like button. Captain's Channel says ahoy. Avast ye landlubbers. Knox Bill, pink hand waving. Man watching TV says what's up. Everybody's mama's in the house. Real Laker News is in here. Chris Raleigh says fame has gone to Ben Armstrong Head. Okay. Would like to hear the truth. I can't give you the truth right now. I can only give you wild speculation, and I really think that here's what I think, and this is going to be my insanity on a Sunday. That is correct. Here's what I think. I think that this is my opinion. I have no basis for calling this the truth, so I don't really have any kind of. I can't tell you what is really kind of happening or going on, right? So here's what I basically think is happening here. Bitboy found a passion, and that passion was not the hit networks. That passion was Bencoin and TJ, who basically you have to consider at least. Look at the lay of the land around the hit networks. It's basically Bitboy crypto and a bunch of hangers on, right? It's a bunch of people who kind of owe everything to him because he is the face of that network. He is the person that drives people. Now, are you looking at the video that I was on last week and you're noticing that had more views than any other? Is it because of me? Probably. But listen, he has a lot of views. He has a lot of different people who come to check him out every single day. Now, for these guys, he hasn't been there every day. So, my take would be this. They don't like DZ doing the news because, DZ doesn't attract the people that Ben attracts. And listen, you don't have to take my word for any of this. You can go back and start watching some of the videos or watch the videos, as they manifest and develop, and you can see the activity. The engagement is 1,500 to 2,000 more people watch when Bitboy's on than when DZ's on. People click, they say, oh, here we go, it's the Bitboy network, and they give it a shot and they give it support because it's Bitboy's channel. But if they had to watch DZ, they would just tune out, right? And I don't say that because I don't like DZ. In fact, I think that I actually like him. I don't have any reason not to like anybody in their network. Okay. But let's let's I'm going to show you something here, and I'm not talking bad about these guys, but mathematics is still mathematics. And the numbers, they kind of speak for themselves. So this is the hit networks, and as you see here, it has 113,000 subscribers. Now, guys, I got to be honest with you. There are days when I do videos and nobody really interacts with it. I did one yesterday, which I thought, by the way, what a great idea here. I'm going to do some of these new trading videos. I'm like, it's only got 230, I think 250 at max views so far. Now it's evergreen content, so it'll go over time. But I really thought that I had a community that would be like, you know what? I need to watch this video because it's about trading. I need to learn just a little bit more about trading and what these indicators are that are on this show. And then I need to hit the like button. I need to leave a comment. And then of course it would start to run, but that didn't happen, right? Now that's in a day for me. Imagine this. Imagine that you have a network of 113,000 subscribers and nobody gives a shit about the content that you're putting out. This one got 480 views. This one got 400 views. This got 440 views. This got 800 views. This got 760. And then you go to the hit network over here, and they haven't produced any content in 9 months. Why? Because nobody gives a shit about any of these guys because they're not Bitboy. Okay? That's the thing that we have to kind of wrap our heads around here. Nobody cares. As a matter of fact, they got low views until they had Tom Crown on, got a few more views. And some of the best ones are probably going to be the ones with Frankie in them. Because Frankie Candle's pretty enjoyable guy. I mean, if you haven't already and you haven't watched it, then enjoyable guy. And I would highly recommend that you check him out. Now, I looked over here and this is TJ, by the way. This is TJ and his armada of mouth breathers. I don't know. There's DZ over here. So, I don't know I don't know if there's any reason for them individually to take sides. I mean, I think they're all hit networks until we know otherwise. So, but nobody gives a shit about these guys, right? There was a guy by the name of Nick DeMonte, and I'm doing this on the fly, guys. So, and now here is the thing, right? I'm making this video for you guys, and I know that 100, if I'm lucky, 200 people will tune in, say hi. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm building a network. I've been doing this for a minute. And I think that, you know what I mean? Like, I think that people understand that, I'm building in a bear market. And I think that my situation, number of viewers, people that watch me are going to improve, right? So Nick DeMonte has been on Twitter X now since 2012 and has 3,000 people paying attention to him. And he's the head of content at Hit Networks, right? Yeah. I mean, and look, I'm not gonna make fun of and or mock the guy. I mean, he's doing that himself, right? So, here's what I think happened. Okay, I think that Nick DeMooch here and then TJ, they thought that there's too much attention being placed on Bencoin. I think that they thought that that Bitboy lost sight of what they wanted. Okay, that he lost sight of their stuff, right? And he is their money, that he's their cash cow. Okay, Bitboy crypto is the cash cow for the hit networks. Everybody else is I don't know what the French word for dog shit is, but it's whatever that is, right? Nobody cares about what they're doing. And I think just for clarity here, except for Frankie Candles, because Frankie Candles is an engaging individual. And I'm going to say this for the second time. Like, I think that Frankie Candles I watch Frankie all the time. And as some of you might have noticed, I said in my video the other day that I watched Frankie Candles. And, one of the things that I did was some of my trading strategies, I even adopted some of the ideas and principles that he likes to use as well, such as having these value area highs, value area lows, points of control, stuff like that. So I'm a big fan of what he teaches and what he's talking about, right? So I'm, like I think that that's I think it's an important thing. I think that's a good thing, right? But I feel like, again, in my estimation, that they don't like the fact that Bitboy has a life outside of the hit networks. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Thank you for becoming a member. We have Abdullah Aziz, who has now become a member of the channel. And guys, if you haven't already, $4.99 a month to become a supporter of the channel helps me out tremendously. So I think that Bitboy, Ben, basically, he found a passion that was not hit networks. I think that he found this passion, this Ben coin, that he thought, this is my opportunity to affect everybody in the world. This is it's my opportunity to change the lives of a lot of people by crypto adoption, right? And I think that that made him start thinking that, this is kind of my path, right? Well, his path up to this point had also been the face of Bitboy crypto, the face of the hit networks. He's the man that makes everything work. And guess what happened? He was focused on you. Like here's the part. The hit networks, the hit networks at this point in this argument are like Democrats. They don't like you. You're the people. That's who Bitboy crypto is trying to help with Bencoin. Now, I'm not talking about price action. I'm not talking about all of the other stuff that goes into it. I'm talking about the focus being mass adoption of a cryptocurrency, the creation of something that will help you by onboarding you into crypto if you've never been in crypto before, by making it easy for you to have a pathway. Like, this is his passion. This is his drive to change the world for the better for cryptocurrency, right? And they don't like that because that takes money out of their pocket. If there's 1,000 people less, if there's 1,500 people less, if there's 2,000 people less watching their videos, then they as an organization are less relevant. So rather than continue to wait for the day that he can come back and give them all of his time and do everything for them, they decided that they were going to move on. Now, the thing is, liking Bitboy crypto and liking Ben Armstrong is a cottage industry, the same way that hating him is. And for those of you that don't know, Scott Herman is a friend of mine. I talked to Scott on the phone, and I even talked to him today because, and I told Scott, just so you guys understand, like, Scott and Bitboy do not like each other. And apparently they got into it down at like Bitcoin Miami. But I called Scott and I told Scott because I'm also and I have done business with his project at WagMe Games, which I think is a phenomenal project. So I called him and I said, "Hey man, I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be doing some stuff with Bitboy crypto, and I hope that doesn't jeopardize what we have because we're friends." And he was like, "No, man, but did you see what's going on today?" Do you know what I mean? Like, I talked to a lot of different people, but here's the thing. Ben is not dead. Here's what's, I don't know how this all plays out. Like, I really don't know. But here's the crux of this all is Bitboy crypto. He is about Bencoin. He's about mass adoption. He's about the future of cryptocurrency. I offered Ben, if he wants to come on here and do whatever he wants to do, he's welcome to it. I mean, it benefits me, just so you guys understand. Like, I'm not, I mean, it is a little bit self-serving for me to offer a hand and say, "Hey man, if you want to use my channel for any information or anything like that, then you are welcome to it. Like, I'll give you the keys to the goddamn thing to get your message out." And that is self-serving because anybody that checks him out and comes in and sees me. So I'm not saying that I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I like the guy. I'm doing it because I like the project. I'm doing it because I think it's the right thing to do. However, I have a feeling that by the end of this coming week, I have a feeling that the keys are going to be handed back over to him for his Twitter account, which was formed before the Hit Networks. Which, by the way, I did go back and look. Hit Networks was formed in 2020. It's called Matter of fact, I do have I'm not going to share them with you. You can pull them up for yourself. But the original name of the company, according to the state of Georgia, is High Throughput Productions, which, by the way, was formed by drumroll Ben Armstrong. So I get the sense or the feeling in some way that he is probably he's that Ben is probably the majority holder of everything, right? Like I get the feeling that he probably owns the most stock. He has the most say. He's probably part of all this. So he'll probably get his channel back. It would seem to me like the logical conclusion to this is that they overstep their bounds. That they do have, by the way, they probably do have some say, and they feel like that there should be some say. But I think at the end of the day, I think that this all falls back into the hands of Bitboy Crypto. Now, I did go back and I did look up the trademark for Bitboy Crypto. Bitboy Crypto trademark is owned by High Throughput Productions LLC as well. In the federal trademark is for Bitboy Crypto and all likenesses BB Crypto, Bitboy Crypto LLC. All of those are owned by High Throughput Networks, founded by Ben Armstrong, and he is the majority shareholder. So Tim Shed is, by the way, TXTJ, by the way, that's the registered agent for the companies. But that doesn't mean that he is the majority holder. So it's a weird sort of thing here to see how it's playing out. Now, I can't verify because it's not public record with the state of Georgia who the majority shareholder is or anything like that. So I can't tell you that I'm right about that, but I think that they feel like this is that this is just a power grab. And what I would recommend that all of you do, just don't tune in unless you see Bitboy. There'll be a lot of people, by the way, that will tune in because they want to see what's going on with Bitboy. They want to know like what's happening. By the way, make sure you hit the like button on your way in. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But I think there are a lot of people are going to be looking at it and they're going to be probably tuning out pretty quickly. But if you would normally watch Bitboy Crypto, the best thing that you can do at this point, tune it out completely. Don't engage. Don't go to the site. Don't go to the X page, the Twitter page. Don't engage with them. Just let them kind of die on the vine so that they understand a little bit more about where their bread is buttered. My opinion. You do what you think is right. You do what again, there are a lot of people who don't like I said, Scott Herman doesn't like him. They've had it out, but they're friends. Both of them are I mean, Scott's a better friend than Bitboy. I've known Scott for a lot longer, but still in all, the whole thing is this. I believe in not just what is going on here. I think that Bitboy is probably the voice of cryptocurrency in this bear market. And since we don't have anything else going on other than wild ass Bitcoin going to 24,000, since that's basically the order of the day, since that's basically what we have, like this right here, since all we have at this point, and by the way, if you see my EMAs moving, that's because they're AI and they change from time to time based on an AI algorithm. So, but other than Bitcoin going to 24,000, I mean, what other news do we have right now? So I think that until we get to 24,200, and I by the way, just so you guys understand, I think that 24,000, somewhere in this range, we're going to reverse, and then we're going to skyrocket just like we have been. If I come over here to the day chart, by the way, and we start to zoom out just a little bit in the year here, then you can see that, we're not coming down. Like we're not, like we're minting. We're still on our way up at this point right here. This is the argument right now, is these two lows right here. Like, have we kind of hit this level? And is this going to be, is this going to be a problem? And are we coming back down? And I don't think that that's the answer. I think that the ultimate answer here is that we're going to come down because we have to, down to this area for liquidity. We're going to make that move. And then I think we're up to over 32. And I think that we end up here at around 35. Like, I don't think 37 anymore, by the way, but I do think that like 35 is going to be the next area. Whether it's sustained, whether it's maintained, I don't know. I mean, I think it's, basically crypto going crypto, man. It's going to look something like that, and we're going to have that big move, and, it'll double top just like it did before. We'll get a little top over here, then we'll get another little top over here, and then it'll come back down. Like, I think that, it's just going to do what it continues to do, right? So, but until any of that happens, until, this bottom here, which is tremendous, by the way, until this bottom right here plays out the way it's supposed to, then it's boring, right? Crypto is entirely boring. And the only thing that we have is what's going on right here. And we just have the drama, right? So that's the thing. So this is the statement from Ben. This is Ben. TJ Shed and Justin Williams have attempted a coup at my company. Just confirming what is going around. It's true. There have been a mutiny at Bitboy Crypto and Hit Networks, but it won't work. They have no leverage. Until they can clone me, I have nothing to worry about. Now, they have no leverage. I don't know about that. I don't know if they do or they don't. I know that Ben says that they do not. So I will go with Ben on that one. Until they can clone me, I have nothing to worry about. Now, that part is silly. That is absolutely silly, but it is 100% true. They have no charisma and have no ability, really, to take over the network and make people tune in. Nobody gives a shit what they have to say, right? And you don't have to look at me, right? You don't have to believe me, right? Here's what you got to do. Go look at the content. Go look at the videos when DZ is on versus when Ben's on. Go look at the content on the Hit networks. Go look at their content when they're doing stuff on Bitboy Crypto that's not the same thing. You know what I mean? So I don't think that this is something that will have a big impact. It's just going to be some really interesting news. It's going to be an incredible moment in time. I think my best guess here is it's going to be one of the best things. And I know that a lot of you right now are not going to see this, but this is probably the best thing that's happened to Bitboy. And by that I mean Ben Armstrong. This is probably the best thing that's happened to him in a long time. Not that I want to see him be under the gun and have to fight for what is his, right? But he just found out who his friends are. He found out that when the chips are down, who has his back and who has a knife when they're hugging him, right? Because these guys are like the Brutuses to his Julius Caesar at this point, because they've stabbed him in the back. They put him in a corner, and now he gets to come out of that corner and be the fighter that he is. I mean, I think that he likes that. I think that he really kind of lives for that kind of smoke, really. So it would be my estimation and my guess that, this is a fight that, oh, by the way, new layout here. This is going to be the fight that he maybe doesn't really want to have, but this is the fight that's going to inspire him to greater heights. This is the fight that's going to accelerate what's going on in Ben. This is the fight that's going to accelerate what's going on with Bitboy Crypto and his influence throughout this ecosystem. This is tomorrow. We're going to find out because, look, I don't know what you think of this guy right here, Rand Nooner, but he posted this right away, right? He was right in on it. And then he did this video. Now, when he did this video was not something where Ran was, and I think it's Ran. And I keep calling him Ron or something like that. Ron DeSanctimonious. I keep calling him Ron, but I guess it's Ran. Anyway, he's fired out, and what he did was he got his people, and they made a quick video about somebody just always coming to work late and blah 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 blah. Right. This is what you have to do for engagement on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like I was actually, God damn it. So I'm gonna share with you the man, because I thought, I, I I said I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna do this. Um, and I thought, I thought I was gonna be funny. Okay, like that's what I thought. But then I thought, you know what, I don't even know if maybe because he's just engagement farming, just like I would be doing. You know what I mean? Um, so like I wasn't sure that that I should do anything, but I also can't help myself. So like when it came down to it, I made a thumbnail. And I couldn't help myself. So now I got to look for it real quick, and I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you real quick, because again, like I didn't know what side of the um, I don't know what side of the land he's on. You know what I mean? I think he was just having fun. I think he just like he doesn't really give a shit one way or another. You know what I mean? Like I would imagine that he's probably friends with Bitboy, and that this is, for him, that this is just something hilarious. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna show you real quick what the what I made. You see, I have issues, right? Um, and I can't help myself sometimes. So I thought I was going to be hilarious, and yeah. So in case you're wondering what my sense of humor is like, and then I was like, you know what, I can't do that because what if they're still friends? Then what if he's like, well, what's this asshole doing? You know what I mean? Like, so I thought I probably won't do that, but I'm going to share it with you guys anyway, just in case, because it was hilarious, right? So here's the thing. You can like or not like Bitboy crypto. That's your, you know, it's what you can do whatever it is that you want to do. If you like him, continue to like him. If you don't like him, then don't like him. And I think Chris Raleigh here it really kind of said it best. I think Ran and Ben are competitive friends and that they like each other. So I thought like that would be silly for me to do that. I shouldn't take a shot at him or anything like that because I actually watch crypto banter and I think that he's hilarious. I think he's just I think that that he's a funny guy and he understands engagement in ways that other people just don't, right? But he's also incredibly smart about these markets. And like for example, if I'm looking at crypto right now, I'm telling you that I know that in order for us to move forward, we have to go backwards. Like I can tell you unequivocally that right now the capital and the money in the market does not exist for us to go beyond where we are right now, which is right here. Like we could put some money in, but it's not going to stay that way, right? um, we have to come down into this level, and we have to come down into this level because and I may not have saved it because I'm an idiot, but there is I do have some stuff here about liquidity. And so the liquidity pool for cryptocurrency is basically at $24,000. That's where the money is. If you were looking at a heat map on cryptocurrency, and money was in yellow and everything else was in blue, basically. If you were looking at a heat map, then you would see that all of the money, yes, yeah, I can't find it right now, but all of the money is sitting right now, liquidity speaking, at 24,000. So we've got to go down to 24,000 because crypto always does that. It goes where the money is, and that's where the money is right now. So it has to go down and it has to get that money. Now, what happens at that point? Anybody who's in the market right now is already in the market. The people that are at $24,000 sitting there on the sidelines, I guess I'm not going to find it. Now I'm just an asshole for scrolling forever. So we're going to do this. We're going to go to this liquidity map here. This liquidity map here is going to explain to you a little bit of this. And I'm going to show you exactly where the money is in the market, right? So the money in the market that's sitting on the sidelines right now. This is money just sitting on the sidelines right now is right in this range right here. And if you notice, it goes to 24,000 right here. So what that is, as we scroll down here, that's longs, shorts, 3, 5, and 10, right? So these are all people that are going to go long. This is purple, green, and blue, okay? So this is the big money that are getting into these crazy levels of stuff. And then if you look down here a little bit further, you can see that there's also a massive amount all the way down here to 21.7, basically 22,000. So if you hear anybody talking to you about why we're going to $22,000, this is why. Because they're using their eyes and they're looking at the market. This is where the liquidity is. Now, when I say that, here's what that means. That means that there's basically millions of dollars sitting on the sidelines right now that people are willing to buy in at about $22,000. Now, if crypto wants to go from where it is, which is right here at 26,000, we're not going to do that. But we're at oh god damn, that was a while. Jesus Christ. $26,000 is where we are right now. So if we want to go to 32, 35,000, get up into this range right here, we got to come all the way up here, and we have no liquidity in this little path right here. So we have to come down here and scoop this up. And in order to do that, we've got to come down. So that's why I expect that we're going to end up coming down into, it could be down to this range, by the way, but we're going to at least come into this range right here and scoop up all the money that's sitting there. And then here's the thing. How does the price going down help? If you're new to crypto, if you're not understanding what's going to happen here, people are going to sell their positions here for a profit. They're going to take their money up here at the top. And, if these people sell right here, if all of the people that are in the market right now were to sell, not these people because they're probably at a loss, but anybody who bought over here, who sells right over here, they're at a profit. So they're making a profit, right? And they're looking to stay in the market. They're not looking to get out of the market. They're looking to get a better position, right? So what if they took profit here, right? And then bought back in right here? Well, when the market comes down to this level, there's going to be a buy opportunity again, because all of those longs are going to get filled, and that's going to start the price surge back up. So then these people can get back in, and now all of that money is going to be in the market. And now when everybody who's in the market re-enters the market, they're going to be re-entering higher, and that's going to drive the price higher. So there'll be more people, there'll be more activity. And then when the price goes over 32,000, because you got to remember right now, the price at this point, 31,840 is the high for the year. And that happened on this day right here. And that's July 13th. 31,840 is when we got to the high over there, right? So everybody is looking at, and if you don't believe me, by the way, you can go back and check this out for yourself. But you can also see, matter of fact, let me go show you, because I'm an idiot. I should have left that up and showed you, because it was on that chart to begin with. So the place where the money is in these certain sort of like levels, right? Well, here is the next big level. And where does it start? 31,800, right? Just right here. And these are low level. All of this liquidity right here, right? This is more money that's going to drive the price up even more. So you've got over here, oh shit, you got all of this right here, and you got all of this sitting right here. In order to get here, we have to start from here. because that just adds more money into the, basically it adds more money into the mix. But there's all kinds of money that's sitting over 32,000. Now, if we get to $32,000, then I can tell you this: corporations, industries, people who are investors, they're looking for I have to move this for just 1 second to give you the full lay, right? But let's just say this number right here comes to about $32,000, right? So what the market is looking for, they're looking for this, then they're looking for this, probably not that high, but they're looking for it to just get over 32,000. They're looking for over 32,000, and then they're looking for a test right here. Then they're looking for a slight pump up to about 33,000. So when you get this move right here above 32,000, the bull market's on. That's what people are waiting for. This is where people are like, okay, now we're in business. Now we're in the trend line. Now we're doing what we're supposed to be doing in this market. So that's what people are waiting for on the sidelines. And when I say that, by the way, I'm not saying it's not the what do you call them? It's not retail. It's not retail that's doing that. It's the big money, the institutional money. They're looking for 32,000, and they're looking for 32,000 to be held, because that will tell them that the bull market is here. And the reason for that is because this right here represents this moment right over here. This moment in time, this big wick down right here, that's the collapse of Celsius. That's the collapse of Three Arrows Capital. And then over here, you have the collapse of Terra Luna, which really exacerbated a problem. But really, it was the capital outflow from Celsius, from Voyager Digital, from Three Arrows Capital. This is where all of that happened all at once. It's also where Elon sold his Bitcoin. Just for anybody who was wondering about that Bitcoin being sold thing. So you have three areas of concern. You have Terra collapse, you have Three Arrows Capital, Voyager, and Celsius all being liquidated, and then you have the FTX collapse. We've recovered from FTX, which was down here. We're in the Three Arrows Celsius area right now. We're just not coming out of that area yet. We're kind of stuck there, because then the next piece is going to be this right here. And I'll put a array just to give you kind of an idea. I'm not going to leave it on here because I like this chart the way it is, but right there, right around 39,000, that's where we got the collapse of Terra Luna. So it's really like 37,000, which is why I've been saying 37,000 for a while. And in fact, just because that is the line to gain right there, 38,572. So that's where the market will be in a full-on bull run. The early adopters are just looking to get over 32,000, and then we're on the way, right? Because once we get into 32,000, all of this liquidity in this range, we're going to zoom in on it. Look how much money. This is gigantic amounts of capital, all the way from, what is this, 31,800. It really gets big at 32,400, because that's where these people are like, okay, here we go, all the way up to 33.5, before kind of dipping off at around 34.7 is probably going to be, one of those spots where we're just, So anyway, that's kind of what's going on. Like that's what's happening in the markets. That's why things look a little bit weird. That's why things are going crazy. Make sure you hit the like button, by the way, on your way in, if you are coming in fact. So that's the big thing in the market right now that everybody is waiting for. And that's, we're wildly speculating. So today I'm bullish, tomorrow I'm bearish. Today the day after I'm bullish again. The day after that I'm bullish again. Then I'm bearish again. And if people ever wondering why, it's hit network, by the way, not networks. So there you go. We got Nick Demondi in the house right now. So if you want to point at him and say, I see you, then there you go. So anyway, that's why this drama is playing out the way that it is. So there you have it. As a matter of fact, yeah. So also, by the way, wild speculation by me, just so you guys know, whether this is an attack or not. Is this just these guys want to take over the company because it's their company or something like that? Let me get my Let me get my conspiracy cap on right here, because let me show you what did happen today. So this right here, this is a wallet, okay? Um, this wallet right here sold 57 ETH on Ben today. Now, let me show you right here what I'm seeing, right? Because look, no smart or savvy investor is going to sell 57 ETH at one time on a chart unless they're looking to attack, right? And then here is where the sell is happening here. 7 hours and 8 minutes ago, right? Like, if so, look, if you're in crypto and you're a seller in this market, okay, and let's be specific. If you're a seller in this market, then you exit responsibly or profitably, or you don't wreck a chart for a price action unless you're trying to be um, an asshole, I guess, or just you're trying to send a message and be a quote unquote bad person, right? Because nobody exits on a small project like that unless they're trying to send a message. You know what I'm saying? I mean, otherwise, as an investor, you got a big red nose and everybody walks up to you and goes honk, 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 honk. You know what I mean? Because you're an idiot, right? So I don't think that it's an idiot. It has to be malicious. Well, then let's go down here and let's see that this also happens to be a wallet in which interacted with stake.com and received $60,000 from stake.com, which would indicate to me that this is the hit network, right? So that would be me guessing. I don't have any confirmation that it is the hit network, but that's what it would look like to me, because I would assume that everything is going through hit networks, right? So if stake is doing anything, if any of this is going on, then I would assume that that's what it is. But let's take it a step further. Let's click on Ben, because we're just looking for Ben transactions, right? So we come back here and we see that this was transferred in to this wallet from this location. Then we go to this location and we look at this one and we see that that happened 94 days ago and it was transferred because apparently, look, guys, some dingbat over here probably told somebody else, like, hey, if you transfer it to a couple wallets, people will stop clicking. You know what I mean? So we're going to click on this wallet because it came from this one. And then we find out right here, this is an executive transaction. So this is coming from the deployer wallet for Ben, which, by the way, the only other transaction on this right here, deployer wallet, going all the way back, is the first one is like from ben.eth, right? So we know that this is probably the deployer wallet, and it gave this account 4.15 trillion tokens. This is probably Bitboy Crypto's or the Hit Network's wallet, right? And as you can see right here, after that was done, it was then moved out. So then we take it back to where we were in the beginning. Now, one more step here. When I watch, when I watch, what's that show called? Oh yeah, Bitboy's show. When I watch Bitboy's show, he always looks over and he says stuff about how's our portfolio doing because somebody else runs it. I assume that it's TJ who's running it, or maybe Tim, or maybe somebody else is running it. Maybe Nick is the guy that runs it. I don't know, right? But somebody else is running it and has the keys, right? So what happened right here? It looks to me like whoever's there is trying to send a message and then sold off what was in their portfolio. That would be my guess as to what they were doing. Now, it may not be the case, right? So it could be that stake is paying somebody else, or that it's coming from somebody else, or that that's not what the case is. So yeah, but that's what it looks like. It looks like it looks like the hit networks sold on the chart and maybe attempted to, maybe not look at it. And by the way, I don't think they're trying to wreck anything. I don't, because look, you as an investor are also a fan, and they would want to do you right. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that they would be trying to do anything malicious to you as an investor. I think they're just trying to send a message that they don't like the fact that Bitboy and Ben Armstrong himself put in the work to to the Ben token. I think that they're just they're like jilted lovers who don't like the fact that Bitboy, Ben Armstrong was working on Ben coin and not them because it was affecting their bottom line. Let me go back. When DZ is running the show, there's 2,500 viewers, still substantial. Like, and by the way, we should probably point out, like, you can only wish to have 2,500 people watching everything that you do. But when Ben's on there, there's 3,500 to 4,000 people watching. You have a much higher rate of people paying attention. So, when it all comes down, I think that really they don't like the fact that he took his eye off of what they wanted him to take. They want him to take Hit Network more seriously and Ben Coin less seriously. But I think that he found his passion, and that's what happened. So I would just imagine that now we're in this position where how's Saitama? Who the fuck is Saitama? Oh, I don't know anybody oh my god. Okay, yeah. Saitama's doing great, I want to say. I don't fucking know. Like it's been 2 years since I made a video on Saitama, except one time about 6 months ago when somebody over there asked me to make a video and said, "Hey, would you like do something? Because we're gonna have like a party or something like that." And I was like, "Ah, sure, no problem. There's no skin off my, like I have no problem with that. I don't get supported by their team. I don't give a shit what goes on with Saitama. If Saitama disappeared tomorrow, wouldn't affect me any. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Shit. So yeah, I have no idea. But I do know that look, either this is a child trying to send a message, or this is a child investor. I mean, maybe. And look, I mean, you never know. I mean, it could have been that Ben gave his kid 4 trillion because that's the only person that sells that way is a child. You know what I mean? And there you go. We've got somebody here who's a DZ fan. That's what I mean. There's 2,500 people that are still watching when DZ's on. DZ adds value. Like, and by the way, I don't mean anything bad about DZ or any of the other people because I don't understand or know what exactly is going on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand what's going on. Here's what I do know. People pay less attention, and many of the people that watch pay attention to the show because Bitboy gave them the rub. So, when it comes back down to it, because of that rub, that's why people continue to tune in because they still want to know. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. And there we go. TJ thinks the baby is Bitboy. He could. And like, I'm just in the middle of it because I started making videos about Ben. I didn't know. I didn't know people were gonna start crying like, Bitboy, pay more attention to me. You know what I mean? Like that's what I like. That's and I'm making fun of a business decision, by the way. But I think that Hit Networks is kind of a jilted lover that just wanted Bitboy to pay more attention to him. Like, I think that that's it because, no matter what his passion is, their passion is the Hit Networks. And I think that they're just trying to secure themselves and their future. And they just probably felt like he wasn't doing the same. Like he felt like he wanted to put something into this Ben coin and try to make it work, So I would just venture a guess that that's probably the case. That and also that I think when this all plays out, we're all going to pay attention. By the way, we're all going to pay attention because, like I said, until Bitcoin goes down and we hit like 24,000, and everybody's like, "Wah." I'm leaving crypto or whatever. Until that happens, what else is there? You know what I mean? So. But PS5, I'm not using the actual 50 and the 200 anymore. I'm using EMAs, instead of the SMAs, and they're actually AI. So I'm just trying to see right now, um, who on his show betrayed him. Okay, so I'm reticent to call it betrayal. Okay, I mean you can say that, and I mean it's fair for you to say that and to call it that way. But TJ and Justin were the people who, um, I don't know. I know that they couldn't access their emails this morning, and that that statement was issued, and then Rand made his video, and then I think the Hit Networks made a statement, and they changed the Bitboy Twitter to BB instead of Ben's face, which it had been before. So there was a lot of different things and a lot of moving parts, and for it to happen on a Sunday morning, um, I think they were just like they're just trying to get ready for Monday. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, Hit Networks is still a business, and Hit Network is still a business, and they still have a job to do. They still have to go out there and they have to make their money, and they still have to hustle. And to be fair, like they've had to do it without Ben for a while, because he's been doing some other things. Like he's been on vacation. He's been, I mean, I'm sure they have reasons. And I'm sure that a lot of companies might look at the same thing and be like, yeah, I understand. You know what I mean? So that's, it's difficult. I'm sure this is a very difficult moment in time. Right. And I don't think that it would be responsible for Ben to come out and make too many statements right now. And I don't think that it's responsible for the Hit Networks to just kind of come out and make any statements right now. I think that everybody needs to go to their corners. Monday, Hit Networks makes a statement. Tuesday, Ben will be making a statement. So I think that at that point, that's when the fun begins, so to speak. So why is Ben always surrounded with drama? I get all news is good news, but this market manipulation sucks. Well, so why is Ben always surrounded with drama? I'm going to be real fair. I'm going to be real fair with you here. Okay. I don't, if you haven't noticed, and look, some of you guys are new here and you don't know me, but I've been here for, I've been quiet doing this shit for a couple of years, and I don't get involved in much drama. Like even though this is really kind of the height of drama in crypto, um, I don't get involved in drama. I usually walk away when there's drama like that. So, you know what I mean? So why is Ben always surrounded with drama? Because he's the guy to attack. Like, for example, if I wanted to come out, it's called clout chasing, right? If I or anybody wanted to um, punch up, then Bitboy's the guy to punch up to. And you also have the Crocky, where's my buttons? Or whatever the fuck guys, the Coin Bureau guy, whatever his name is. You know what I mean? The guy that looks like Bean. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? But that guy, the Crocky, he but I don't know that he has that same passion. Like I think he kind of has his own little lane. Ran from Crypto Banter, and Crypto Banter is like a nice channel. But nobody is on that level with Bitboy. So if I'm punching up and I'm trying to get clout, if I'm trying to get if I'm trying to chase like pay attention to me, Guy, there it is. There it is, Guy. That's his name. If I was trying to punch up, that's who I would be punching, would be Bitboy, right? Because he's the guy in this space. And look, there's plenty of other guys who get engagement, and there's plenty of other people who have videos that people watch. There's Brian Jung. I don't think Brian Jung really has too much value. I think he's more entertainment than he is information in many ways. But you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm punching, then I'm punching him. So there's always somebody punching when you're on the top. So that's what I think. That's what I think is happening here. I think that he's all, because you're on the top, there's always going to be someone attacking you. There's always going to be someone coming at you. There's always somebody coming for the Godfather. You know what I mean? Like there's always somebody who wants the throne. There's always somebody who wants it. So that's why there's always drama. And I think even going back, there was this crazy thing that was going on a while back where somebody like because everybody talked about Ben doing scams and stuff like that, and like look, some projects are just shitty projects, but they have nice people that are at the helm. I mean, I think that Zach XBT, they had to pay him $5,000. It's my understanding, because he found one token where early on in 2019, I want to say, where he didn't say that this was a paid ad and it was, or something like that. But one out of, they do hundreds of videos, right? I mean, they've been a careful, and not just him, by the way. That's not just Bitboy, but that's the entire hit network, all of that. Like they've been above board. It's just, here's the thing, some projects suck, some people suck. My neighbor who Sway from Banana Task Force Ape, and from Metapolitans, and from a couple other projects that you guys might know, he is actually my literal neighbor, right? Not exactly next door, but down the street. It turns out this guy was my neighbor, and we've had dinner and shit like that. I bought him a blanket for his baby when he just had a baby. Okay, so. But guess what? He scammed every single token that he's ever been involved in. Every single one of them. And like, I didn't know that, because like, you don't always see it. You're just like, he's always like, I start these projects and then I just don't want to do them anymore. So then I leave them to the people and then I move on because I want to start this new thing, because this new thing is my passion. But what I didn't know was every time he did that, he was taking money. He was, he would go to the marketing wallet and he would effectively just wreck the project by saying, I just don't want to do this anymore, so I'm cashing my tokens out. And he would do that in the middle of the night. So that's who he is. And by the way, I even had an interview with the FBI, because I reported him to the FBI because I thought, this is just crazy. And what he was doing was perfectly legal. He can just decide he doesn't want to be in the company anymore and move on and sell his tokens. And as shitty as that seems to me and to most people, that's apparently something that you can just do. So anyway, that's it, guys. I think that, I think it's safe to say, I don't see, that's where I look. This is an attack on Ben. This is an attack on Bitboy Crypto, Ben Armstrong, right? This is, and by the way, just so you guys know, I went back and I checked, and the corporation Hit Network does not own the rights to the Bitboy name. High Throughput owns the name for Bitboy Crypto, and that was founded in 2020, in July of 2020. That was founded by Ben Armstrong, but the last person as a registered agent to do the filing was Tim Shedd. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the filings say or anything like that. And I mean, the question would be this: the question would be, who owns the rights to the name, and if it's High Throughput, and if Bitboy Crypto is the majority shareholder and owner and can't be like overruled or anything, well then Drew and TJ and that weird looking dude, what was his name? Nick. They're gonna be out, right? And if it's the other way and they somehow finagled majority ownership or something like that, I don't know. How much do you bench? I don't bench press anymore. I do, look, I'm at the point where I don't do heavy stuff. I just do high reps. So I do this overhead thing with dumbbells now to increase to increase, like, I just want to look pretty. I don't want to, I don't have to be strong. But I mean, here's the thing. Can I bench press over 225 pounds 10 times? Yes, but it kind of hurts to do. You know what I mean? It kind of hurts to do. And like Drew says here, more info will come out soon. So, there's, I feel like I'm going to be probably right there that, they were just, they were just looking for more, and they weren't getting more, and they decided to rebrand in some way. And I think that's, I think that's what it becomes. And then the question now is going to be ownership and all of that kind of stuff. I'm going to assume that they were bold enough to be able to do this because they think that the studio is owned by them. Everything is going to be in like their names and stuff like that. So I'm considering, but I don't have any. Again, I'm wildly speculating, but I would assume that maybe they rented the studio, or they bought the property, and the property's under the name of something that TJ controls. There's probably some kind of mechanism in there in which those guys probably own like the studio or something like that. And if Bitboy does in fact own the rights to all of the companies otherwise, that they're just going to be companies that don't have a studio anymore or anything like that. And because that wallet that I was talking about earlier, again, speculation, but if that wallet was a Hit Networks wallet and not like, if that was for the company, for like the show off, to show like on the show, like these are the things that we're invested in and stuff like that. If that was what that was and they just dumped it, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they can do that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if it's a corporation, I don't know how the voting structure is. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think, by the way, that I don't think that in his wildest dreams that Bitboy would have thought that this would happen from people that in some way he considered people that had his back. So, I don't know exactly how this ends or exactly how it plays out. It's all speculation at this point until we get some statements. So again, Hit Network makes the statement tomorrow. Bitboy will be going live on Tuesday to give his statement and basically talk about both what's going on there and what's going on with Bencoin. We will be releasing the supply total so that you guys will know the supply total. Again, as you know, September 16th is going to be the date that the liquidity can be swapped over, and Austin is on top of all of that. But he's on vacation. Austin's on vacation today. So, yeah. And Vaulted Believers. By the way, Vaulted Hustle, I just found some new Vaulted Believers gear that I have. So I'm going to maybe do some giveaways pretty soon to give away a few more Vaulted, because now we're getting into the colder part of the year, and maybe we'll just give away some more Vaulted Believer hoodies. Not hoodies, but the hats. I might, because I think I have like 4 more. So probably do something to give those away. That's going to be on Tuesday at I think it's 1 p.m. Go to Telegram to get the information on that. You'll have the information in there. So yeah, that would be my 1 second here. As a matter of fact, all right. So here we go. That's going to be a live Telegram AMA Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Central. So if you want to know more, be there at 12. Be there tomorrow. God damn it, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, and you get the information that you want about Bencoin and what's going on forward. So, whew, wild guys. I got to be honest with you, man. If you don't love crypto, something wrong with you. There is never a lack of drama happening in the cryptoverse. And as soon as you see just some calm, then you know something's coming, right? Just some absolute crazy stuff. I don't really think that that's right. I think I am the Jim Cramer of crypto, or at least that's what people who hate me tell me. So we can't all be the Jim Cramer of crypto. You know what I mean? Like one of us has to be able to be the Jim Cramer. So you know what I mean? But anyway, so anybody watch All In? Did anybody see what happened at the AEW All In at Wembley Stadium? All right, here we go. Not to get off topic, but Shytoshi just posted his final update on scaling. So let's pop in here real quick, guys. I don't want to get too far away because this was about what was going on with Ben. But Shytoshi just made a post. So let's take a look and see what happened there. We've got the scaling final update for anybody who's interested and wants to stick around. Well, let's see how this plays out first before we, look, things have a way of evolving, things have a way of changing, things have a way of adapting quickly and over time. So, all might not be as it seems. Maybe we'll see some, maybe we'll see some different stuff tomorrow and the day after. So, let's just kind of give them a moment and everybody. And that's AI generated, by the way. That's actually pretty cool. So anyway, so far, before this announcement, we've accumulated over 65,000 wallets and 350,000 transactions on Shibarium. We've seen a variety of fun, unusual, and sometimes offensive tokens deployed on Shibarium alongside a variety of platforms. With these thousands of tokens, we will see which will rise to the top. Now that we've proven that all funds are safe, as we said. So everybody who said, oh, your money is lost, point at them and laugh because they're a clown and a liar. And that Shibarium is ready for prime time. We will reopen our channels. But before that, I need to give an explanation. A huge thank you to the Polygon team quickly after the incident began. I called Sandeep from Polygon directly, and without a second thought, he helped provide additional resources to ensure a perfect outcome to the situation. And that is why our pivot to fork Polygon was the correct one. Specifically, thank you to Sandeep, JD, Ox Krishna, and everyone at Polygon, Paul from Unification, Navdeep, Vijay, Vishwajit, Robil, Ayush, Prashant, Vikas, Arav, and Jesus Christ. If I said every one of those names right, y'all better be tipping my goddamn wallet because wow. The final thank you to everyone who fought the FUD and ignored the misinformation posted on multiple news sites recklessly. And guys, we were following those. It was irresponsible what these guys were doing. It was ridiculous, but they are who they are. So it is by design that the SHIB leash wrapped ETH withdrawals through the bridge take at least 2 checkpoints, 45 minutes to 3 hours, and bone withdrawal will take up to 7 days. These are confirmed working as seen below. Stay tuned to official channels for Shibarium updates, and please utilize the links below for more information. Don't get lost on this other stuff over here. But there it is right there. If you want to connect, then the symbol is going to be bone, by the way. So if you have if you've already done this, and if you've done it like I did, like an idiot, with what do you call it? I think I put ETH or wrapped ETH or some stupid shit like that. Make sure you change it to bone. So anyway, so that's it, guys. We'll be back in the morning. Ew, I'm frozen. All right. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's a wrap on the evening. It's not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you again for breakfast in the morning.
Whoa, another shot of the bullet. Loaded, got complex, cocking and pulling. That bottleneck look like the Loch Ness. What are we doing? I'm about to fall out, boy, in the proofs and the pudding. So, can we forget about the things I said when I was drunk? I ain't mean to call you that. I might